Today, we're going to be taking a look at the newest disc in Discmania's lineup, the CD1. The new CD1 boasts the same flight numbers as the old CD2. 9-speed, 5-glide, -1 turn, and 2 fade. This disc was really made popular by Dana Vici, Team Discmania member, and his signature series run, the Roaming Thunder. It was a really nice control driver that sat in between the CD and the CD3 back in the day. I'm really excited for Discmania to come out with this disc because currently we don't really have many 9 to 8 speed discs, so it's going to kind of fill a brand new slot in the lineup. Taking a look at the width of the rim, the CD1 has a similar size rim to a PD or maybe even an Essence. The FD and FD1 and Instinct have smaller rims than the CD1. The CD1 will debut in our C-line plastic. As you can see here, there's many different colors. I've got purple, orange, yellow, green, and even the opaque white C-line. They don't have that much dome to them. Nice slight curvature. There's no pop top or heartbeat to the disc. Let's go check out how they fly. So starting out, we're going to be throwing these discs maybe about 60% power with a little bit of Hyzer angle on it. You can see how the CD1 kind of flips up 60% of the flight before fading out at this power. The Instinct, kind of the same, a little shorter, a little bit of a tighter flight pattern there. The FD obviously has its glide, so at lower powers it's able to kind of travel further. The Essence, you can see already at this power, getting some turn in that midsection of the flight. And the PD at this power kind of just wants to get down to the left very quickly. Next, we're going to throw these discs flat to a little bit of Hyzer, maybe a little harder here. You can see that nice flight out of the CD1, turning for about 70-80% of the flight, but still has enough stability to fight back to the left at the end, versus the FD, which continues its trajectory to the right. The Essence, I had to throw it higher and wider because it probably would have turned right into a roller if I threw it at the same angle as the other two. The Instinct here, kind of closer to the FD than the CD1, but sitting right in between them. And the PD fighting out of that Hyzer much quicker than the other discs. Here we're throwing the discs as flat as I can, maybe a little harder than the first set. You can see that CD1 has plenty of turn, but still at the end is able to fight back, versus the FD not really able to hold up with this angle and this power. The Instinct turning a little bit more than the CD1, still finishing at the end. The Essence, kind of like the FD, at this power can't really be thrown flat. It's going to turn almost into a roller. And the PD staying dead straight with a slight left finish. Last, we're going to throw them on a Hyzer. You can see the CD1 kind of flattens out in the middle before finishing left. The FD, you have to be very conscious about the amount of speed and torque you're putting on the disc. Not the best disc for Hyzer shots. The Instinct, again, kind of right in the middle of the two. And last, the PD is going to be the most torque resistant, and you can rip on this thing for Hyzer shots. Moving to some on-the-course shots, you can see throwing this CD1 flat to a little bit of Hyzer. It just has a beautiful flight to it, both right and left movement. And I'm able to throw this thing pretty hard, and it will hold, a straight line or a slow turning line before fading back. And I was especially surprised to see it hold up on the forehand, and I'm really excited to throw this disc more on the forehand and see what it can do. Here I'm throwing it against the hill, nice and high with some Hyzer, trying to get it up in that gap there. Just a nice flat downhill shot, finishing left at the basket. Personally, I'm loving the way this CD1 flies. It kind of reminds me of a beat-in PD almost. Out of the box, I know that I've got a good amount of turn, but I can still rely on the disc to fade at the end for me. For intermediate to pro players, it's going to be a great control driver, as the name suggests. Easily manipulated with different amounts of torque on the disc. For beginners, it might be a more friendly PD. I was even able to throw this disc into a little bit of headwind, maybe 0 to 5 miles an hour, and it was still able to hold up and fly really well. This disc is going instantly into my bag. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Discmania social media channels, and I'll see you guys on the next one.